Hi everyone, long time no speak. I have to open this video with an apology. I'm terribly sorry for the appalling weather we've got coming into this first weekend of October. It's all my fault, I'm afraid, because on Sunday I'm racing a car with no roof or windscreen, so pouring rain and howling winds were absolutely inevitable. Sorry about that. Before I get into that though, I want to talk a little bit about last weekend. You may have seen that I was at Donington Park for the very first time not driving my car at a race meeting. I was there with a chap called Jonathan Layzell. Jonathan reached out to me via Twitter saying that he's buying a historic racing car and the car might be eligible for some high profile events, but as he's a complete novice, he needs to build up some race experience so he can attain the race national licence he might need to run his new car later in the year. Can I help? Yeah, absolutely. This is the sort of request I love. I think only 2 weeks after that initial contact and a couple phone calls and email exchanges back and forth, Jonathan and I arrived separately at Donington Park for his first ever race meeting. Knowing the type of car a little bit, having a 3-litre Z4 that he uses on track days, so having an idea of the dynamics of a car of my kind of performance and layout was a start. But he'd never driven Donington Park before and never driven my car, and went straight out into qualifying for CSCC's Open Series on a 42 car grid. A 20-minute qualifying and then two 20-minute races. It was one serious learning curve, but I was so pleased with how Jonathan handled it. Looking back at the video, his drive is consistent, it's sympathetic to the car, his pace is really not shabby at all for one who's new to both car and circuit, and it looked like he had a great time out there. Anyone who gets out of the car afterwards and says, "Wow, that was good, it feels really nicely balanced, doesn't it?" is welcome back any time. Which is fortunate because in a week's time he's going to be back with me at Brands Hatch racing in MSBR's All-Comers Series, again a double header, making 4 races in the venerable E36 in the space of just a fortnight. He's not having a weekend off in between though. This weekend Jonathan's going to be at Silverstone with his shiny, new to him 1962 TVR Grand Tourer racing in the Equipe Libre series. So best of luck for that, Jonathan. I hope all goes smoothly. I think you're going to have a great time, weather notwithstanding. At least you have a roof. Unlike me on Sunday. On Sunday I'm going to be back with 750 Motor Club. I'm going to be racing in the Ma7da Series in James Lewis Barnett's car, the black car with the orange roll cage and grille that, excuse me a moment. Where are we? 750, Mazda 7, Mallory. Yeah, that's right. Back in James Lewis Barnett's car, the black car with the orange cage and grille that I raced at Snetterton in July. That was an absolute barrel of laughs. I couldn't believe how close the racing was and how much fun the car was to get right up alongside people for those double header of 15-minute races. Same setup again at Mallory, same format. We've got 14 cars on the grid, and Mallory's a tight circuit. It's only 1.35 miles, with a nice variation between a big, long, fast sweeping first corner, a couple of decent length straights, which would be good for getting a good toe in these deeply unaerodynamic cars, and then a very tight section at the top as well, with actually the tightest corner in the country. So enough variety, I think, to keep things interesting, even before the weather comes into play. So I'm quite looking forward to seeing how we go. I think it could be possible to have some really, really good racing out there, provided the circuit is sufficiently drained that we can actually get out on it at all. I don't think there's any live stream for this one. There will be live timing available online as usual. You can watch the timesheets. I'll put out a link for that. But no video and no live commentary, unfortunately. So I'll have the camera in the pit lane and try and give you as much updates as possible as we go through the day. Try and bring you along a little bit. And of course there'll be all the onboard footage to follow afterwards. No rest thereafter, going straight from that into Jonathan's race at Brands Hatch on the 10th. And following that, a return to 750 Road Sports, the series I first raced in and one that I've done most with, at Snetterton on the 17th of October, where I'll be sharing the car with friend and former colleague Neil Savage. A quick guy is Neil. It's going to be very interesting. This is going to be one of those very rare times when I get outmatched in my own car. It's going to be fun to see how he goes. We're doing a day's testing on Friday to make sure we've both got our eyes fully in and that we're getting a fair shot to see which of us is quicker, and then on Saturday we'll find out if we're able to be quicker than everyone else in Road Sports Class C as well. I'm really looking forward to that, to see how we get on. That one will be live streamed as well, so you'll be able to watch along. I'll keep you updated as we head into that, and also as we go on to Sunday's race weekend. Hope you can stay drier than me. Have a good weekend, and stay tuned for more.